finally got it loose after about a good 10 minutes farting around. I ended up to crack it. See that little lug there? Just putting my screwdriver on that, against that, and just lifting it up like that, and I heard it go. And the gasket then, as you can see there, look, just started to give way. Now, whatever you do, don't try and smack a screwdriver in there to undo it, because you'll just ruin the head and the barrels. I'm going to now lift the head off and we'll see what it's like underneath. So what we can do temporary is just let that drop down, and then I'll lift the head off and we'll see what it's like. Oh, we should be able to lift the head off. Oh, there, look. Oops, full of oil, one head. So I need to put this down somewhere where it's nice and just take that off. That's just a part of the tensioner. I'll just pop that on there for now. So this gasket is napped. So that, obviously, you throw it. Who's in that again? But for some reason it was proper stuck down. Rubbish. So, first examination. Now all this in here is oil. That's what I squirted in at the beginning. And that's what's just leaked out there. So if you keep filming that either, these should I don't want to do it too much because I don't want to get this chain trapped. So I'll just get that chain again. Now as you can see, look, the chain is all the way down. If you film down middle, can you film down there? Let me get my torch a minute. Fuck's my torch. If you look down there, you can see chain. So I need to get that out and lift it up a little bit. So all I'll do, I've got a little hook. I'm just going to walk it up. There. Oh, I didn't need my hook. So we will, now in theory, you should be able to move these like that. With the chain. That's just to show you the piston's going up and down. I just want to show you the piston's going up and down. So I'm going to I'll put an hammer in this time, just to hold it there like that. Right, what I'll do is I'll quickly explain what top dead centre is. Now, if you imagine the cylinder head on, the reason all that's rusty is because it's had no antifreeze in or anything. The antifreeze sort of like preserves it. So bear with us. I'll just do this. see if that's right there. That's top dead centre. And what that means is this is piston number 1 on this side. So piston number 1, as you sat on the bike, is to the left of the engine. Now, can you remember when I said to you that mark in there? There's 2 marks in there from the first video. The T is lined up. This piston is at the very top, and the camshafts, one should have been pointing that way, one should have been pointing that way. That's what top dead centre is. That's how you time it up. If I just turn this, you'll see top dead centre is where the piston is just about, it's at the top and it's just about to start going down again, look. So you can see you only have to turn it a tiny bit for it to move. Look, you can just see where it's going, it reached the top of its stroke and it's going back down. And that's what that mark's for there. So that mark, oops, let's have a look. There. That is top dead centre now. So that means that the piston is neither going up or down. It's at that balance. Right. I'm quite happy with that because there's no damage there. The pistons aren't damaged. There's no metal inside the bores. So the bores should be okay. So I am quite happy with that. All I'm going to do with that is clean that down. But I had to do it because this is the only way to find out if it's knacked or not. There's no, I can't see any marks on the pistons. But I will clean them up and inspect them. But I can't see any obvious, do you know where the bolts smacked it? I can't see any obvious marks. So let's have a quick look at the head. Right, do you want to just pause it a minute while I clear a space over there? So we've got the cylinder head off. Still a long way to go yet. We've got to double check everything because the gasket set's at about 100 quid and I aren't going to spend £100 on a gasket set for me to dismantle it again. So I'm going to thoroughly check everything. Now I need to take all the valves out anyway to get this, to separate this crank, this top half here, this top casing, because I need, if you look there where that bolts it, that's got to be cleaned up. There's no way I'm going to put this head back on like that. So I've got to split this anyway, and the only way to split it is to take these valves out. So that's going to be another video. I told you this is going to be a long video. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick look at the. We'll just do a visual inspection. Then I'm going to call it a do, and I'm going to go out for a day, and we'll get back to it later. But everything looks okay. There's nothing. Oh, there, look. Look at that. Bit of metal there, look. You see it? So it's stuff like this. Just let me get it. It's stuff like that I've got to find. Bits of metal. So I need to thoroughly degrease this head after I've taken the valves out. And again, I need to keep the valves in the same order as everything else. So we'll turn this head over. Now, I would have thought that if any of the valves had been bent, they'd have been stuck open. And there's none of them that's stuck open. So, God, fingers crossed that isn't the case, you know, that they're not bent. The only thing I have noticed is, if you look here, these slits, this is the water jacket. This is where your water from your radiator circulates. Now you can see it's got shit on. Look at that. This could be from inside the radiator. It could be impurities in the water. It could be anything. If you look there, What the hell is that? Some sort of friggin' alien shit. Oh, I hope my friggin' torch is going. So, look at that. These need to be proper cleaned out. That's a bit of the gas, some sort of gasket or something. But so everything needs to be cleaned out. So we're going to call it a day at that. And then the next job will be to take the valves out, split that casing, repair that casing, and then we can start putting it back together. So we'll see you then.